everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I am going to be taking you around my latest 4K Blu-ray Steelbook pickup that I got for Alien Romulus. And what a beautiful looking Steelbook this is. Not only that, but I'm also going to be sharing my thoughts on the movie itself and of course its 4K transfer. All of it will be coming very, very soon. So I have to tell you, this is probably my most anticipated movie of last year, and for the most part, I think it delivered. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect. It's far from being perfect. There is some glaring issues with it, but for the most part, I really enjoyed it. Now, I was very excited to hear that Fede Alvarez was coming in to direct this movie. Everything that he'd done up to this point I really enjoyed, whether it was Evil Dead Remake and Don't Breed, and I felt he could bring something different to the table when it comes to this movie, and I think he did a great job. I really do. But like I said, there is issues with it, and two of the massive issues that I have with it I'm going to quickly talk about here. One is character development. It's almost non-existent. Outside the two main protagonists, Rain and Andy, you will simply not care for any of the characters. Whether they live or die, you will not care. And that's one thing that Alien and Aliens got right. You genuine are concerned for every character in those movies. But like I said, in this one, you simply won't care. The two main characters, I do enjoy the chemistry between both of them, that kind of brother and sister dynamic that's going on. And for the most part, I really enjoyed it. But like I said, for the rest of the cast, you just simply will not care. So yes, I think they need to focus a bit more on character development. But the glaring issue that I had with this movie is the Ridley Scott influence on it. I was enjoying it, I was having so much fun with it, and then all of a sudden Prometheus creeped in. Now don't get me wrong, I actually really enjoy Prometheus, I really enjoyed it, but the thing is I don't see Prometheus as an alien movie, I see it as a standalone movie. It's a space jockey movie. So when I seen Prometheus creep into the storyline and you see that black goo, I was kind of going, oh no, please don't let the storyline go this way. And that's exactly what happened, and it's probably why we got such a terrible third act for this movie. You know, we get that another one of those kind of newborns that we seen in Alien Resurrection. I hated that segment in Alien Resurrection, and I hate the segment in this one as well. So yes, I think if Ridley Scott wasn't producing this movie, and it was just Fede Alvarez, I think he probably wouldn't have went near Prometheus. Not only that, but seeming that Prometheus did get introduced into this story, it brings me to another issue that I had with it. We do get a cameo in here, and it is Ian Holm, who, I was going to say Ash. It is Ash, but it's a different model. And I had massive issues with that as well. I was kind of going, well, you know what? If you are connecting this movie to Prometheus, why did you not bring in David, the Michael Fassbender character, and then give us closure on his character? I think that would have made so much more sense. But Fede Alvarez was doing this thing where he was trying to do too many nods, particularly to the original movie, instead of making the movie that he wanted to make. There was just too much of that going on. There's too many lines from too many Aliens movies, even the "Get away from her, you bitch." And when that happened in the movie, I would almost drop it one mark just for that one line in this. When it's delivered, it is absolutely horrendous. But like I said, these nods that these directors insist on doing to previous movies, they need to stop doing them. We don't need to see them. It's already been done before, expertly done. We don't need to see it being done again. But outside of all of that, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. It feels like an Alien movie. It belongs in that universe. It looks like Alien. It really does. The set design is absolutely extraordinary on this one. Practically speaking, the xenomorphs look absolutely amazing. The xenomorphs are scary once again. And practical is the only way to go when it comes to movies like this. It's a wonderful movie. It really is. There's so many fantastic set pieces in it. The pulse rifle scene in particular, I thought was incredible. When she got hold of that pulse rifle, when Rain got hold of it, it's almost like they were delaying her using it. And I was like, oh, come on, start firing this bad boy. I want to hear what it sounds like. And when I heard it sounding like it sounds in Aliens, it just put the biggest smile on my face. They've done a lot right here, folks. They really do. It's a return to form when it comes to the Alien series, and I cannot wait to see where they're going to take it from here on out. So it goes without saying, if you haven't checked out Alien Romulus yet, I recommend doing so. I think you'll be massively impressed with it. Now, when it comes to the 4K transfer on this one, look, I don't have to tell you about it. You know as well as I do, it's a great looking 4K transfer. Is it reference quality? No. And it's only because of how the movie looks. It's a gloomy looking movie. It's a very kind of, has this industrial look to it. But the 4K transfer captures that look so incredibly well. When you stack it up against the previous Blu-ray, there's not much of a difference. Once again, the biggest star of the show is the implementation of Dolby Vision. The colours don't look right on the Blu-ray. They look so much more stable on the 4K release. And for that reason alone, I would recommend the 4K disc. Not only that, but you do get a Dolby Atmos soundtrack on this one. That now is reference quality. I was going to say I can't single out one scene. There is one scene, and it's again going back to that pulse rifle scene. My God, when that gun goes off, the wallop of bass that you hear coming from it actually shook the room. It was absolutely incredible. But like I said, there was just so many scenes in this movie that is just pure reference. It's an absolutely astonishing Dolby Atmos soundtrack. And if you have the means and you have the setup for it, I think you are going to be massively impressed with it. Right, so I'm going to take us around this Steelbook. I'm going to give you a close look at it. And yeah, it's a beautiful release. And I'm so happy I actually got it in my hands, because it seems to be selling out everywhere. The only place I can find it now is on Amazon Italy. And it's still available now if you are interested. So yeah, look, I'm going to take us around it. Hope you enjoy it. Right, so here we go. Alien Romulus. So you know the drill. There is a J card. I wanted to quickly bring it in and let's just have a look at it. Now, I forgot to say it at the start of this video, but I actually picked this up from Amazon Italy, so that means that everything on the J card is in Italian, so I'm not going to spend too much time with it. But this is the proper way to do J cards. As you can see, the Steelbook just slots inside, and then up here it's held on by glue spots. So that's nice to see. So that's the J card. Let's get on with the Steelbook itself. So the first thing I'm going to say is it has a simple matte finish to it. And as you can see, in terms of the artwork, there is a lot going on. You've got basically the entire cast on it. You got Rain and Andy. And like I said at the start of this video, they're the only two characters you're going to care about. I can watch this movie 10 times and I guarantee you I will still not remember the names of the other characters that you see here. You'll also notice there's a xenomorph in the background, and right down below you kind of got that corridor, and you got the face hugger as well. So there's quite a lot going on, and yeah, I think it's very it's eye-catching. It really is. So there's no spot glossing or debossing going on, anything like that. And I think a bit of a debossing would have added quite a bit to this Steelbook. But take nothing away from it. It still looks rather nice. So I'll take us then on to the spine of it. Now, as you can see down here, it just says Blu-ray. And there's no sign of 4K, so I don't know what that's all about. Trust me, there is a 4K disc inside. You got the title of the movie there as well. And then right around to the back, and look, it's a bit bland. All you've got is basically the Wayland logo. So not much else to see here. So what I'll do is I'll open the Steelbook up in full and give you a good look at it. So there you have it. It's for the main artwork, it'll be the reason to why you want to get the Steelbook release of it. So turn it around to the inside and you've got your 4K disc. There you have it. And of course you have your Blu-ray disc, and you'll notice that there's different artwork on each disc, and the Blu-ray is in fact region free as well. And then of course you have the inside of the Steelbook, and as you can see, it's that moment where they're almost recreating the scene that you see in Alien 3. You see a lot of that in the movie, but it looks rather nice. So there you have it, folks. That's just a quick look at this Steelbook of Alien Romulus. Right, so before I let you go, there's one last thing I wanted to quickly talk about, and it was my experience of seeing this movie in IMAX for the first time. It didn't quite work out the way we were hoping it would. Now, I've said this before in numerous videos. I don't go to the cinema that often, believe it or not. I love movies, I really do, but this is my cinema. Every time I go to see something, I always say the same thing when I leave. I can't wait to get a home on my own setup. So when Alien Romulus came along, that was the one special movie, and I said to Ellen, you know what, if we're going to see this, we are going to see it right. We're going to see it in IMAX. And this was the first time I was ever seeing a movie in IMAX. And I was really looking forward to the experience, but unfortunately, it didn't quite work out. What happened was, when Ellen booked the ticket, she asked me where I wanted the seats. And I said, oh, go right to the back. That's where I want to be. And when you look at the blueprint, it does look like you're getting the back seats, but it wasn't. She actually got the front seats. So we went into the cinema, went up to the back seats. We were sitting there. This very kind gentleman came up to us and he went, I think you're sitting in my seat. And Ellen turned around and says, no, we have our tickets here. And he looked at it and he made this face. It was almost like there was pain in his face because he had to tell us that we had to go right down to the front. And all I could do was, I was looking at this monster screen. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be around 15 feet away from it. It was ridiculous. So we sat down anyway. I'll tell you what happened. Ellen went out to see if we could change the tickets. And it was sold out. We couldn't. It was a packed house. So we had to sit where we had to sit. And what was happening was, when the movie started, it was just a strange experience. I actually was getting motion sickness from it because I was so close to the screen. But what was happening was, when something was going on over here, you know, you find yourself, you're looking like this, and then when something happened over here, then all of a sudden you were turning your head. So all I was doing during that entire movie was turning my head like this. And that's not the way to experience a movie. But the one thing we did get from it, and it was an incredible experience, was the sound. There's a segment in this where they're actually taking off and they're heading up to the space station. And the rumble of bass that came out, I am not kidding, I turned around to Ellen and I said, babe, I think we are taking off with this ship. I'd never witnessed bass like it. Now, there's no way I was ever going to be able to recreate that bass in this room. Don't get me wrong. It does sound amazing, but wow, what an experience that was to hear that sound in IMAX. So it goes without saying, I do want to check out IMAX again and do it right, because it's no way to watch a movie. There's a bit in that, actually, at the start of the movie where they go to the wreck of the Nostromo. And there's a bit in there where the camera pans over the name Nostromo on the wreck. I didn't even see that because I was too busy looking over to the left-hand side of me. This was all going on the right. So it was a very, very odd experience. But like I said, it was the sound that carried me through. But hopefully someday in the very near future, we can experience IMAX the way it should be, well away from the front. So I just wanted to quickly throw that little segment in. It was unfortunate, but like I said, it never ruined my enjoyment of the movie itself. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on this movie. And I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.